Another week has passed and I have two new books to read, and look, it's kind of lighter in here because the freaking sun is out. How is the sun out? It's like April in Washington. That never happens. We don't get sun. So I have two books this week. I have Scarlett Fever by Maureen. This is the second book in the Sweet Scarlet trilogy series thing that she has going on. I think there's only going to be three books. I think right now she has it planned for three. And so I reviewed Sweet Scarlet a little while back. Scarlett is the girl who lives in a hotel, and her brother's an actor, and Amy Amberson is the crazy hotel guest who flies her with money and gives her things to do as her job that she can't say no to exactly. But yeah, she's an interesting character, Amy Amberson. So Scarlett's back, and she's starting school, and she has a job during school with the Amy Amberson Agency, AAA, but not the kind that helps your car. And it's a fun ride. And there's stuff with Eric, and there's new people, and I love Max. You don't know who that is, but you will, and I love him. And her brother gets into stuff, and you still get that wit, and just the comedic timing in these books is very understated, but very hilarious. Kind of, yeah, just absolutely hilarious. So it's a great book. It's one of those books that I bought at Powell's for full price. Yes, I bought it for full price. I don't buy books for full price when I'm at Powell's because I know that eventually they will be used. But I wanted this book so much that I just went ahead and I bought it at full price because it's a good book. It's a good series. Maureen Johnson is an amazing writer who you should read. And you should read her website because she is hilarious there as well. So, Scarlett Fever, Maureen Johnson. You should read it just because it's freaking awesome. And also, she knows John Green and Hank Green of Vlogbrothers, which makes her even more awesome. She kind of shares their kind of humor, which is great. The second book I have is Lover Unleashed by J.R. Ward. This is the ninth? I think it's the ninth book in the series, the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. And this one deals with Manny and Payne. And I love this book. I love it so much. It was fantastic. And if you enjoyed Vicious, if you like Vicious, there's a lot more Vicious in this book. And I love him. And my one question for J.R. Ward, if, she ever sees this, which she probably won't, is she mentioned in her insider's guide that she doesn't get along with Vicious. I'm wondering if maybe she gets along with Vicious a little bit better now. Because there was working through issues, and I love this book. And she makes you work for your happily ever after. She really does. She's one of those authors who's not just going to be like, oh, they're in love, and then there's a couple of little problems, but they fixed it, and it's wonderful. No, she's like, yeah, sure, they may love each other, but neither of them's going to admit it for a very long time. And then there's going to be crap in their way. Not just like crap that you can just push aside, but crap that you have to get a bulldozer and like a chisel and work at it for a long time. She makes you work for that happily ever after. She always gives it to you, which is nice, but she makes you friggin' work for it. And so it was a great book. I love books, and I'm getting to the point sometimes in series where things they do don't shock me, or I don't get that, oh my god moment, except with Dresden. I always get that oh my god moment with Dresden. I got an oh my god moment with this. I was reading it and I had to pause and be like, what? And then, go back and reread and go forward. And it was mind blowing. It was awesome. So, J.R. Ward, Lover Unleashed. Fan-friggin-tastic book. You should go and read it. And I got it in hardcover right when it first came out, which was like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it hasn't been out that long. And I bought it in hardcover because it's J.R. Ward. She is awesome. You should read her. You should read the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. If you haven't read vampires, though, however, I suggest you start with the lighter vampire series and then work your way up. Like, maybe start with... I could even start with Janine Frost. That's what I did with my mom. I gave her Janine Frost first, kind of sent her into this world, and then I gave her J.R. Ward, because they're very sexual books. They really are. They're romance novels, so it's like, they're great romance novels that are still like a lot of adventure. It's like, I keep saying that it's like Jason Bourne meets romance and vampires. It's awesome. It's like 60% romance and then 40% action, adventure, fighting, awesomeness. So it's great. You should read them. I know I keep saying this, but it's true. Go read the first one. Start there. Wrath is awesome. And you get to keep seeing the couples as the series progresses and things change, the world changes, things develop. Awesome. So, first book, Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. This is a nice book, so if you've been involved in this series, you know who these people are, and they are awesome. And Lover Unleashed, J.R. Ward. It's shiny. And I actually think these books are much more impressive, much more encapsulating of the whole feel of the Black Dagger Brotherhood without their dust jacket on. Because they just look like this, and they're very impressive, and they look just like tomes that are awesome. And they're all going to be long. These are long books. This one was almost 500 pages. So, you get a good, long story with a lot of complicated threads running through it, and it's just awesome.
Database has been updated.
And apparently my virus database has been updated. I don't know why it pops up and does that. I can't help it. So, those are the books that I have. I haven't done a lot of reading because I've been trying not to be eaten by zombies. Because they're running around campus and they're gonna eat me. But I'm human and I will survive, at least until Monday. So, I thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and happy reading.